watch that dial.
The number one truth fighter here in the city of Boston and nationwide.
Number one by the people of Boston.
The people's attorney, Warren Ballentine.
The Truthfighter.
Makes no sense what's going on in this country, and we're not opening our mouth saying a damn thing about it.
Warren Ballentine, the people's champ.
He's for the people.
And when I say people, I'm talking about all races.
Warren Ballentine.
Warren Ballentine, delivering real talk, straight with no chaser.
NewsTalk 1090 AM, WILD.
Love you guys in Boston, WILD.
Where information is out.
Keep it right here.
The best.
Real information from a real world. The Warren Ballentine Show. Call 877-373-9766. Truth Fighters. It's the People Station. WILD.
We've got more of our young men involved in the drug trade. That is because we've got more young men without hope and without prospects for the future.
The Ali of my day.
Warren Ballentine, one of Ebony Magazine's Power 150.
I can't hear you. I'm way up here. What you say?
We gotta have leaders who are really for the people, not for their pockets.
The Warren Ballentine Show, heard coast to coast and border to border, giving the truth fighters a voice in the call for justice. 877-373-9766. 877-373-9766. Join the truth fighters in full effect right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
The champ is here. 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 The champ is here.
All right, Truth Fighters, if you're just tuning in, just joining us, welcome to the second hour of the Warren Ballentine Show. 877-373-9766, number to dial. 877-373-9766. Gonna be talking a lot this hour. We're gonna be talking about the race in Massachusetts. GOP is very happy. You know, the Republicans think they've done something. Also, I want to talk about this story that I just received out of Augusta, Georgia. Also, you can go to Ustream.tv, see the Ugliest Men in Radio and hear the behind-the-scenes conversations. But a lot of people are going to be voting differently later on this year. A lot of Democrats may be in some trouble. 877-373-9766. Now, there was some things that went wrong. And look, some of the ballots were already filled out for the Republican Party. So I'm not saying something wasn't a foul. But I think the Democrats literally took the vote for granted. And what's sad is this, and I'm going to say this, and I never thought I would be saying this, especially President Obama being president. The Democrats still take the black vote for granted. They still act like we don't matter. Oh, they'll vote for us no matter what we do. Oh, we got them no matter what. Let's go to Claire, line 1 in Boston, WILD.
Hi.
Hey, Claire.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Hey, I'm from Massachusetts, and I just wanted to comment on the election last night. You know what's funny to me is that it's almost like before the election was even called, you know, on TV they showed like Scott's Brown campaign and they're partying and they're having a great time. And then they showed, you know, Martha Coakley's campaign, and she had like maybe 20 people in there and there was no party. So it's almost like they knew what was coming down the pike before it even happened. And what I told my husband, I said, what's even funnier is there was there was no, if we go through our town, you know, they had Scott Brown people lined up in the center waving, you know, their flags and, you know, his sign. There was no Martha Coakley. And so any town you went to, you saw all of Scott Brown's sign, even up and down our street, which is a main street, all Scott Brown sign, no Martha Coakley sign. And that was just like all over town. So it's like she didn't even get out and, you know, meet the people and ask for votes.
And see, that let me ask you this, because see, I'm not in Massachusetts, but the way I looked at this race, and from what I did on my research and talking to the people that I know that's there, it seems as though that she had this Hillary Clinton mentality, like, oh, I'm gonna win the seat just because I'm a Democrat, and they're gonna put a Democratic person in there.
You know what? I don't even know if it was that, or I don't typically believe in the the conspiracy theory, but, I think there's more at play here than, Massachusetts election, because this guy is a nobody. We've never seen him, ever. And then all of a sudden he comes up and wins, and now they're talking about him running for president in 2012.
A lot of people said that about Barack, though, because Barack was a state senator just like this guy. That a very few of us knew him because we happened to work with him, but a lot of folks had no idea who he was.
So I don't even get it. It's just like Martha Coakley. I don't even know if she wanted to win or even, what the deal was. There was no Kennedy on the trail stumping for her. She didn't go out and be visible. Scott Brown was visible. Every time you turn the TV on, you saw him, he's this place today, he's that place. Martha Coakley was nowhere to be found. And when you're in an election, who goes on vacation for a month?
That's right.
No one. So that's why I'm saying there's more at play here than we realize, and I just don't even understand, what is it about? They're trying to get the health care stopped. I think that's what's at play here.
Well, this is what's going to happen. The only way they can get this health care initiative passed now is the Congress has to just sign off on the Senate's version right now. And if they sign off on the Senate version, then President Obama can sign it into law tomorrow. And in fact, this is going to tell you where the Democrats are really at, if they got any backbone or not. They don't have to seat this guy. They got like 10 or 20 days before they have to seat him in the Senate where the filibuster can start. If they had true resolve about passing this bill, it will pass before he even gets up to Washington, D.C.
I'm willing to bet
if they really want to do it.
They're not going to do it because they don't have, quote unquote, the balls to do it.
Well, and see, this is where we have, look, the reason I'm talking like this is because I want us to pay attention, because if they don't resolve this and pass this bill before this guy gets up here to let the filibuster start, we can't blame the Republicans. You got to blame the Democrats.
We blame ourselves.
That's right.
If we do not pass a health bill, I am going to be out there on the Republican side voting every Democrat out. Why? Because they did not do what they needed to do. There is no excuse why a health bill, something that we can work with, cannot pass. If they can't pass, then that means that the health insurance companies have gotten to them.
Well, I'm anxious to see, and I thank you for the call. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
But see, I think we got to be very careful here. I mean, seriously, and I'm saying this in all sincerity. We don't need to fall into the trap of, let's go vote Republican. Because, look, the Republicans, they ain't going to do jack for us. Let's just be honest. They're not going to do jack for us. And I think that's why we all vote Democratic, to be honest with you. Now, if we can get some independent people out here who really have an agenda, I would be supporting them. But I think we're definitely mistaken if we think the Republicans are going to do anything for us. They're not going to do nothing for you, so why even vote? But I think we need to start raising some sand to these Democrats. Because, look, listen to what she said. It was no signs. It was no big campaigning. That tells me that she had the Hillary Clinton going on. Oh, I'm going to be the nominee. What do I need to work hard for? I can go on vacation. No need for me to put in no extra time. I'm going to win this. Let's go to Michael in Boston, WILD, line 2. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Warren. Thanks for taking my call. I'm a first-time caller, and, I'm trying to, make sure my comments are as politically correct as possible, but what, the hell with it. First of all, I have to say, with the previous caller, that there's definitely much more going on than what meets the eye, for one.
Right.
But for two, the Republicans can't afford to see this health care bill die, because all we'll be hearing for the next 3 years is how the American people lost out on account of them. So, the Republicans can't afford to let that health care bill die while they're... Now,
let me tell you why I say let me tell you why I say the guy who just won y'all Senate seat is a liar, all right? He's saying that he's not going to vote for the health care bill. Well, the whole state of Massachusetts has the same health care legislation already.
He can't have that on his head.
No, he can't. You can't say, well, I'm for it for my state, but against it for everybody else in the country.
He's got a long career ahead of him. He does not want to blow it, having all this hinge upon him and his vote. It's not going to go down that way. Now, let me tell you why I think that he won. First of all, a lot of what's going on in the world, and a lot of what's going on in this country, and a lot of what's going on in the media, I mean, in politics, is all media driven. Scott Brown. He won white guy from
He won in Boston. He won in Boston because every talk show y'all got in Boston outside of this station right here is public driven.
Right. Now look at the images here. You have a young, handsome white boy from Massachusetts, okay? That is like the image. All right. Now you juxtapose that on the other side, which I'm really going to get a little kind of crazy out here, and I might be way off base, but hold
that thought. We up against commercial break. I want you to come back and tell us what you think is going on in Boston. Oh, in Massachusetts, excuse me. 877-373-9766, number to dial. We're talking about this Senate race. Look, is this a big surprise? I mean, honestly, if she wasn't campaigning hard, the Kennedys wasn't there, or is it something else going on? Was this set up to happen because of this health care reform bill? 56% of the people who voted for Brown voted for him because of the health care legislation nationally, even though they got it in the local level. Talking to you, Truth Fighters, right here, right now. Warren Ballentine.